Hi there, it's Babs here from Yarn Academy, and today I'm going to be talking to you about swatching in the round. When you knit a swatch to decide the gauge that you're going to be working, if the yarn quantity that you have to hand is enough, generally you create a swatch. Now normally when you knit back and forth, even if you were working on a stocking stitch like this, you would be knitting one row of knit and one row of purl, which has a slightly different tension and stitch size than when you are constantly knitting just knit. So it's knit every single row. So what I'm going to do today is show you how to knit in the round, and mainly we knit a swatch in the round by carrying a huge amount of yarn around the back to give us this circular process. And it's very simple to knit in the round, and we'll show you how. You slip through on a circular needle to the end, or if you've got a double pointed needle, that could work if it's long enough. And not only have you now moved to the start of the row here, we need to then allow a length of yarn to go around the back to give us the circular effect. I always wrap that yarn around a finger so that I can get the tension I need to then start a new row, and then you simply knit all the way across as you would normally with your normal tension, your standard tension. And this is how you create a swatch that is made purely of knits, not one row knit, one row purl, but knit every single row, which is exactly what would happen if you were knitting in the round. It's just that rather than having all these loose strands at the back, you would have a complete circle of knitted fabric. And then you get to the end and you rinse and repeat, and you basically just keep doing the same thing until your swatch is the height that you need. So generally it's a 4" by 4" swatch. And once you have achieved that, you can cast off, count your stitches and your rows, and you know what your gauge will be. I tend not to cut the strands at the back. So once we've knitted to the end, we can then simply pull that through and start again. Now, some people cut the yarn so that they don't need to have quite the length that I've got here. However, I don't want to cut my yarn. This is stash dived yarn, which means that I want to make the best use of it possible, which means that once my swatch has been completed, I will be unraveling it and starting over. One final thing to note, where you have no tension really as you're coming to the end, you can get very large and very loose and untidy edges. All you need to do is simply pull down on those individual strands, and that will tighten everything up and give you a more realistic edge to your piece, so that the knit stitches are more as you would expect them to be. So that is how to knit and a swatch in the round. Hopefully that has been useful to you, and if it is, please give the video a thumbs up, give it a like, and possibly share around with anyone else who needs to know how to swatch in the round and also why. So hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.